Hello, Chain Gang! Welcome back to the Four Chains Travel and the unforgettable cruise excursion that we enjoyed when our journey on Cunard's Queen Victoria stopped in Zadar, Croatia.
This excursion was the perfect follow-up to last week's Game of Thrones walking tour, where we had a real sense of urgency to get to as many shooting locations as possible in the time we had. This excursion was about slowing down and appreciating the beauty and enjoying the local wine and seafood with our fellow passengers. So, we will of course pass along all the particulars and relative information, but for most of this video, I am going to try something subscribers are aware is not my strong suit, which is shutting my mouth and letting you enjoy the tour the way we did, with limited voiceovers from yours truly. Now you know, if you're a subscriber, a place must be beautiful if I believe it is better enjoyed without my non-stop prodigious wit and wisdom. We are here in the port terminal of Zadar, and this references a couple things. If you've seen our video on how to book shore excursions, we always look it up on the cruise line, and we look it up on Venture Ashore, and we look it up on shore excursions, and invariably Venture Ashore and shore excursions are just way, way cheaper. Occasionally the cruise ship will offer something they won't or they'll be sold out on, and you might want to go with that, but that's why we always recommend checking all three sources. There's also advantages to booking through a tour company, because when you book through the cruise, lots of times you are waiting in a much bigger line and you start your shore excursion later. But we have a unique situation here where we are going to try a cruise book through the cruise line. We're trying an excursion, and it is going to be a boat cruise and a free time at a beach.
Oh wow, please tell me we are not waiting in that line.
No, we're good. Don't worry about it.
But we're going to do it now for that and for two reasons. We booked with American Express Platinum. If you are a cruiser, this is the card you absolutely have to have, because you get discounts on the cruises, you get multiples of points that you can use for other travels, but also you get a credit. In this case, we got $460 credits, we got a free bottle of wine, and we got a free half bottle of champagne. But we weren't able to use those $460 credits, despite the fact that we have been getting some Diet Cokes, which are $5.75 each. We have been getting glasses of wine. Last night we treated our friends to a bottle of wine, and we got the lobster, and we still have over $200 in credits left. So we booked this shore excursions. I do want to say it is almost twice as much as if we would have booked this with their competitors, but once again, we lose the money if we don't do it. So we're going to see whether there is added conveniences and whether the cruise lines have pushed back against the value that shore excursions and Venture Ashore have. So we're going to take you on this cruise, and we'll let you know. Quick update. It's about a 400-meter walk from the port to where our boat is taking us on our tour. We got delayed because an older gentleman fell down and was bleeding at the mouth. But it didn't really affect our trip, because we are now here and the boat that we're cruising on is not here, and I can tell from the guide that he is very concerned about it. So that's my cruise ship, and he is like riffing probably the same speech he was going to give us on the boat about the history of Zadar or whatever, but the boat is supposed to be in front of us, and it is not.
Or the ground floor, you can choose. We have enough places, 100 people capacity, we are about 40, so I believe it will be pretty comfortable.
Salud.
All strong. As you guys know, I'm not much of a drinker, but winning Croatia.
And we're off. Good news is, although the list of places that allows drone filming is getting smaller all the time, as most content creators are keenly aware, Croatia still allows it, which is a great thing, because there is a lot of beauty to film if you are into that. Our specific excursion is called Croatian Cruise in Free Time, which is an accurate description, but if you follow the techniques from our shore excursion booking video, you will see many similar options directly from the cruise provider or from Venture Ashore or Shore Excursions Group. So if this excursion is not exactly what you're looking for, there are options that include snorkeling or bottomless Aperol splits, or split their time between an island and a visit to the old town Zadar. So you get the idea. It just depends on what your priorities are and how much walking you are up for. There are over 300 islands in the Zadar archipelago, so I would imagine any boat excursion you would choose would give you a pretty good sampling. All of the ones we saw were beautiful, but the vast majority of them are uninhabited, so there is a much smaller list of ones you would be stopping at for the aforementioned free time. In our case, we will be stopping at Ugljan Island and the village of Preko. The other common option is Adriatic, which has a similar appeal but is a larger journey from the port. Most boat tours also take you to the sea organ, which is technically an architectural sound object that was built in 2005 and in its first year of eligibility was awarded the European Prize for Urban Public Space, the only time a Croatian project has ever won the award. When the sea flows through the pipes submerged in the stairs, the pressure creates truly beautiful sounds. The next island featured the vacation home of Croatia's most beloved athlete. Croatia considers itself a hotbed of sports legends, as this article indicates. In the United States, we are most familiar with their basketball players like Toni Kukoc and Drazen Petrovic, but their real pride is for Mirko Filipović, who is more well known as Mirko CroCop because he was a Croatian cop who discovered no human being could stand upright if he used his left leg to kick them. After demonstrating this skill and becoming rich, he returned to Croatia and was immediately elected to Parliament as a democratic socialist, making him the second toughest democratic socialist in the world.
And the main building in Filipović is nowadays a fish restaurant?
That's right, this island is now a fish restaurant, although it used to be a customs office. Part of this tour is a free lunch of fresh fish and local wine. They don't get more specific than that because just past the fish restaurant is both the university and the dock. The fish is not specified ahead of time because the wholesalers meet us at the dock and we pick up whatever remains of the morning catch that the restaurant did not purchase. I don't know about you, but when it comes to fish, freshness is our priority.
We had the great fortune of befriending these self-monikered brassy broads who had already planned on a meal of Novigrad mussels on the island, so I was able to trade my potato salad for their fish. The boat mayonnaise lesson is one that travelers only have to learn once.
Okay, they're feeding us and some brassy. Do you guys okay being on the channel?
Absolutely.
Okay, so these guys are partying it up, drinking, shopping. Look at the giant bottle of wine. She asked the guy if she could chug it. And he said, no, it has to be shared. But
Don't lie.
come on, it's for the
My
channel.
IV port was not working.
And then here's some rattlesnake eggs, if you can fall for this one. Yeah, absolutely.
During lunch, we passed Donato's Church, which is the largest church in Croatia, but its fame is due to the unique cylindrical structure that creates such amazing acoustics that they eventually built another cathedral right next door for religious services and turned Donato's Church into a permanent concert hall. Speaking of concerts, we were then treated to an acoustic guitar set. Now, everyone's musical tastes are different, so I will let you listen to a bit and make up your own mind, and I will keep my review so subtle you may not even notice. I'm kidding. He was fine, but I do prefer the traditional Croatian klapa concerts we featured in our last video. The final spot we passed before our walking tour features another excursion option that we passed on because it didn't seem culturally authentic. From this port, you get in a mini submarine like the ones at Disney World, and they are either painted yellow in a Beatles motif or with SpongeBob SquarePants characters. I am not sure what either of those have to do with Croatia, but for what it's worth, the underwater trip is about 45 minutes long. Okay, the moment you have been waiting for approaches as we approach the island of Ugljan, and we will be docking at the port of Preko, where our walking tour will begin.
Kako gremo ta ribnik pogledat?
Smile for the camera. beaches are kind of sandy. I mean, pebbly. Thank you. I should say grazie. Should we shoot some hoops, honey? Oh, you gotta bring your own.
I love that everyone has their own olive trees in their driveway here.
Hello. No, I'm fine. I'm just behind her. Thank you.
And grapes. This is just someone's driveway. They make red wine in this region, so they have purple grapes. Some rocket, marigolds to keep the bugs away, 4 o'clocks, an olive tree, more grapes. I can literally see the purple.
Are they running for exercise or because it's an emergency?
Look at this over here.
Yeah, I want some of those limes. Would it be poor etiquette to pick one of those limes? Honey?
I think those could be mandarin oranges
Are you serious?
that are not ripe yet. I can't tell. They could be avocados.
You get
Okay, I did it. I shut my mouth for a few minutes, and now we can enjoy the sunset on our return to the ship. Good news, we are finally headed back to Italy. The Queen Victoria will drop us off in Trieste, and then a bucket list visit to Palma Nova. Then we return to Venice and Milan. Then we have to leave Italy to go to Abu Dhabi, Kuala Lumpur, and Vietnam, but then back to Rome before boarding another cruise ship, the Celebrity Ascent. So if you'd like to join us, please like and subscribe to the Four Chains Travel.